Hi everyone, my name is Shauna, and pardon me because this is my first video ever. I decided to do this because makeup is a passion of mine, and I don't consider myself a guru or anything like that. I struggle with makeup, but I love makeup, so I decided to do this. So for my first video, I really want to, sorry, my dog is, every single time I talk to the phone, if I'm on the phone or something, my dog has to get in my face, and so she's right over here. You might even be able to see a little bit of her because she's over here nibbling on my arm and all that fun stuff. She's a sweetheart, but of course when I call it demon dog when she gets into these extremely hyper, sorry, my nose is itchy, but when she gets into these extremely hyper fits, and she's a puppy. She's only 8 months old, so she wants to play, and right now she says, "Mom, I want to play." But she was just laying and napping until I turned on the phone. I don't know if there's something in the phone that she can sense that makes her, you can see her, but makes her go crazy. She's just a little goofball, and I love her, and she brings a lot of joy into my life. So, yeah. And she, if you're curious, you'll probably see her eventually, but she is half French Bulldog, half Boston Terrier, and she's just a joy. You can see her ears. She's just a love bug. So anyway, let me get into this. I want to start talking. So the only thing I've done for, ouch, Layla, she has a scratching thing too, but the only thing I've done for my face right now is I've washed my face, and then I put moisturizer on, and my favorite moisturizer, and for me, I have struggled with dry skin in my face. I have a dry scalp, very dry scalp, and I believe, found the miracle product for my face. Still haven't found the product for my scalp, and my face is a little dry right now because I'm going through some stuff, and I tend to neglect self-care when I am depressed or just having a tough time with life in general. So I've neglected my face quite a bit, but if I use this product like even a couple times a week, I find that it makes a huge difference in my face and my skin. So I typically have dry patches right in here, and I have always struggled, and what I've been told, I think, is that I have a high cell return, so even when I exfoliate, my dry skin just pops right back up. So I moisturized with this. This is the Clinique Skin ID, which Clinique has been doing this thing where they customize. So you choose your base, and there's 3 different types. There's one for oily skin, extra dry skin, and this one. And I really like this one because I don't like this feeling of lotion on my face. Sorry, my dog is going crazy right now. I don't like the feeling of lotion on my face. So stop it, Leila, please, knock it off. I don't like the feeling of lotion on my face, and this doesn't leave a lotion feeling. It absorbs quickly into my skin. Like, my skin's not tacky, it just feels like skin, and I just applied this right before I hit record. So I love this, and the whole system is $40, and you'll use the cartridge, because it is a cartridge. It's a 2-piece system. I don't know if I finished talking about that, but you choose your need. This one is for uneven texture and pores, like minimizing pores. So I guess uneven texture would be dry skin, and it works great for me. So, and they have like 4 other cartridges. And I also have very sensitive skin, so stop it! If I'm very sensitive, okay, I need to get her out of here because she's going to drive me crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime. And I'm using the BECCA, this bottle is so old it doesn't have anything on it. But okay, it is the BECCA, and I'm squinting because I don't have glasses on. First Light Priming Filter, Instant Complexion Refresh. That's what I'm using. I don't typically use this primer. And the reason I'm using it is because it has a little bit of dewiness to it, I think. And I am using a powder today because my thing is everyday makeup, so I'm going to do my everyday makeup. And when I do my everyday makeup, I don't use liquid foundation unless I have extra time. And I have extra time today, but this is just like my makeup if I was getting ready in a pinch. This is my powder foundation. This is the Hello Happy Velvet Powder Foundation in shade number 2. And this is what I use for my face makeup for like every day. And I apply it with a brush. And I'm just gonna do this really quickly because I don't really care. If I really want to cancel out the redness, which it does a pretty good job, but if I really want to cancel out the redness, I will put a concealer down first. And I usually use the Ulta concealer. I have not gone into the Shape Tape. I really want to try Born This Way, but I use this little Ulta guy because he's cheap and I don't really use concealer that often, so I don't invest in it. If I use something a lot, I will get a higher end product. So like powder, I haven't found a great drugstore powder. I do have drugstore foundations and I have high-end foundations and different things for different needs, you know. There's a couple that I'm going to be testing out soon, so stay tuned for that. But there's a couple that I'm going to test out soon that supposedly are supposed to be like custom foundation, and I really want to see if that's true. So, excuse me. And then I also have one, oh, see, I got a little scar right there, and I don't love it, but I would have put concealer down if I had really cared, but I don't. I'm just gonna go hang out with a friend soon, so I don't know. But look, it does a pretty decent job. I mean, other than that little guy, of getting rid of the redness. It doesn't look too cakey. And I mean, I guess I've been told that I don't really have skin issues. Okay, so that's my powder. That's pretty much all I do for that. And then I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my bronzer. I have my makeup in a basket on my lap right now, and as I'm going along, I'm taking things out. So I'm going in with Hoola, the Hoola bronzer. Another bronzer I really like is the Physicians Formula bronzer, the butter bronzer. That is amazing. They have several shades and they're all really gorgeous and blendable and they smell amazing. I've just been really liking the Hoola. I've never tried it before and I just really like, I just like it. Hoola Light is a little bit too light for me, but it is kind of, it's not really a bronzer shade for me. It's more of my skin tone, so it just doesn't work for me in that way. And then the other bronzer that I use is the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer by Too Faced. It's good, but I feel like it's a little light for me, so I probably would get just the regular Chocolate Soleil bronzer or Chocolate Gold, and that one smells like chocolate. It's amazing. Sorry, I was just blending that in because I don't like it to be super noticeable. I'm gonna go in with Gold Rush, and I'm using, well, I have a lot of brushes. I'm not gonna name every brush. If you want to know what brush I'm using, I'll let you know. Like, I'll put it, you can ask me and I'll just let you know what brushes. These ones with the clear handles are e.l.f. They are my favorite brushes. This is, I think it's supposed to be like an airbrush blending brush, but I use it for blush. The rule about makeup is that you do what you want to do, to each their own. You know, there are no rules. Do what makes you happy. Another thing that I like to do, I don't see this very often, but this is, and I didn't do one of my steps. I'm gonna go back in with my bronzer because one of the things I don't like, and this is just for me, I get a lot of color on my nose, so I don't like having a flat nose, so I like to add, I don't contour my nose, I just add a little color back using the bronzer. Same thing with my chin. Just a little bit. So I just used the residue that was on that brush. I think this brush, this is a BH Cosmetics brush. It's not the best brush in the world. I like to have more denser brushes, and those are just really flimsy. However, I do have some great BH Cosmetic brushes. So I'm also going back in with the blush. I love this shade. And I am recording on my phone, so I apologize for that. I think this is a rose gold shade, which I just love rose gold. So I am adding some blush onto my chin and my nose because, again, I don't feel like, for me personally, these areas are not stark white. They get a little bit of color. And that's how I like to add color back in without overdoing it. Okay, so now highlight. I have a ton of highlights. I'm not a huge, I like highlighter, but I haven't really found my holy grail highlighter. So right now, I mean, I have Maybelline, I have NYX, the Mochi ones, which are fun, and I have some gorgeous shades in that I really like. But right now, I did invest in Jeffree Star, and this is the Jeffree Star. I think this is the original formula, Skin Frost in Siberian Gold, and it's just, I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. It's pretty. It looks kind of dark, but the way that I apply highlight, I like to kind of just blend it in a little bit. So I am applying it right now, and then I apply it there, lightly there, a little bit down my nose, Cupid's bow, and that'll do it. And it might come off really strong. See, it looks like it would be super dark, but I never see like darkness. There's a Maybelline peach one that I think is gorgeous, but every single time I wear it, it looks orange on my skin. So I'm gonna go in with my powder brush. This is again the e.l.f. I think this line is called the Perfectly Precise. And I'm just kind of buffing that into my skin because, again, I don't want it to be that strong. If I wanted it to be even more blended, I would use that same brush that I applied my powder with, which is, oh, sorry. This one, this is the NYX. I think it's NYX, but I think it's just a foundation brush or something. I'm not really sure. If I want it to be more buffed in, and I like my cheeks to be a little bit more buffed in. So, okay, sorry guys, I'm back. I got a phone call in the middle of that and couldn't decline it from the person I'm hanging out with today. So I had just applied highlight and buffed it in, so I was using the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the color Siberian Gold. I'm going in dry, and what I typically just do is I put a little bit of Hoola on my eyelid, like so. I mean, I'm not really being super specific about it because all I'm doing is just tying a look together, and this is super quick, and easy. So you can leave it there if you would like, but for me, I like to be a little bit more. And I'm gonna go back into that same highlighter because I really, when I do my makeup, I love to have shimmer on my lid. And so there's that. It's super simple. I don't even know if you can see that I'm like, I don't know if you can see it, but it just adds a little bit and it kind of finishes it. It really does, but it's just super simple, super simple. And you can do this with any bronzer, any highlight you have. You could just put bronzer on. You could do a couple different bronzers. You could put bronzer and blush. Like I could have done Gold Rush and had a rose gold look. But I didn't feel like doing that. Actually, and if I want to, I could actually spritz this. Actually, I might, because this is drier. So it's like not very strong. Siberian Gold is a little strong, like it's got a little bit. So I just spritz my brush. Hopefully it works. And I'm applying that to the inner corner. So it's totally a little bit different which is why I'm doing that. I don't always do that. Sometimes I just use Siberian Gold straight. And then I'm applying it to the brow bone. It's kind of glittery, so you have to be careful unless you like that kind of thing. I don't really care right now. So, I'm not going to do anything under the eye. Oh, shoot. And I left something out there. So I'm going to get it. You will probably hear my dog freak out again. So, this is my Urban Decay pencil sharpener, and I use Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliners. However, you will see a lot more ColourPop eyeliners. I recently made a purchase because I don't wear a lot of bright eyeliner, but I am planning on doing some brighter eye looks that require that. So what I'm going to do, this is the shade Bourbon, by the way. It's just a metallic like brown. So I'm putting this in the waterline. And see, it just kind of, for me at least, it finishes my eye look. Sorry, I have to make that face. And I also apply it to the tight line. I don't usually wear eyeliner on the top lashes. To me, I think because my eye is slightly hooded, it looks strange on me. I like the idea of it, but to me it just takes up too much of my eye space. So what I've been liking to do is like do a very simple look, very simple look with very minimal shadow on my lid, and then use a bright color as like eyeliner. That I've been liking to do. I've been using Jeffree Star, and I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow, I think in the shade 2.5 or 2.5. This is another thing that I would buy samples of, and I used it so much that I just went out and bought the full size. Because drugstore, I haven't really found one that I reach for all the time. I was using Maybelline products, and it just wasn't my favorite. So, I don't like to go crazy on my brows. I don't care if they look perfect. My main goal, really, with my brows is to make them look like I actually have them, because I have naturally blonde hair, and because of that I tend to have highlights in my brows, and they look gray because my blonde hair is naturally ash. Like this root is my natural hair color, and it's ashy. Because it's ashy, it looks gray, it looks like white, it looks highlight, like it just looks like I don't have any brows sometimes. So I like to just make it look like they're on my face. That's all I really like to do, and I would love to get them done so that they are, I don't know, more similar in shape. Oh, and I do, so this part is looking a little dark for me, so I like to use the spoolie just to kind of disperse the product in my brow so it's not so harsh. I mean, that's not perfect, but I'm just kind of going back and forth just to get that loosened up a little bit, because it's not, I don't like this brow so much. This brow is fine. Like when I look at it in the mirror, that's a dark spot and I can't get rid of it. That's okay though, because I don't really care. This look is not about being perfect, it's just being quick and easy and looking kind of, I guess it's more about enhancing your features a little bit. Not okay. Mascara, I right now have been liking the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara, this guy. I have a love affair with Too Faced and ColourPop. You will learn that really quickly. I have almost every ColourPop palette that you can find, and I have almost, not all the matte lipsticks, but I have all the lippy
sticks. I'll have to show you those. I will be incorporating those into looks because I have so many of them. And that is a recent purchase. So that's mascara. I don't curl my lashes because I don't really feel like I need it. Like, I don't know. My lashes are just, they naturally curl, so I don't feel the need to do that. This eye I have a problem with. So at this point I would spritz my face. Now typically I would use oh gosh, what is it? Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I really like that one. I have that in a sample size. But I also really like the So Chill Coconut Priming Water. I use this as a setting spray. This is Smashbox Photo Finish So Chill Coconut Priming Water. And I know there's some drugstore ones that actually are, I guess, dupes for it. I'm not sure what the brand is. I want to say Elf or Wet n Wild did it. They did like a green one, I think a rose one. And I know MAC also has stuff like this. So, but I really like the smell of this, and it's like refreshing. So not everybody likes coconut. So anyway, I'm going to spray my face. And then lastly, for this type of look, I would usually just use a tinted lip balm, a crayon lipstick. I have ColourPop Just a Tint, which I believe are between $4 and $6. And I have 4 or 5 of them. I think, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at my recent order. I like these. They don't stay on, and a lot of the times that's what I'm looking for, is I want something that's going to stay on but not be really bold. So that's one thing. I also have Maybelline, their Super Stay crayons. I love those. I don't have any up here right now. I think they're all in my purse. And those are all under, I believe they're all under $10. I think they're $8 or $9, but they are amazing, and I don't feel like they're talked about very much. Not Halo. Yeah, Scenic Wrap. Scenic Wrap is the one I'm going with. It's kind of a peachy color, so that's what I'm debating on. I don't know. I like nudes, so it's a little brighter than I typically would wear. Sorry if this is boring. And that, I don't know if you can see that very well. I do have a light here, but I don't know. It's just simple. It's simple, and now I can apply a balm and it doesn't slip everywhere. So that is my everyday look. One thing you can expect from me in the near future is more intense eye makeup looks. So I will be, I want to do like a series, I guess, where I do monochromatic looks. My first one I really was inspired by was the Honey palette by ColourPop, and it's an all yellow palette. So I want to do a yellow themed look using yellows, but then, or yellow undertone things, and then I also want to like amp it up or make this into a separate video. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you have watched, and I hope to continue on this makeup journey with all of you very soon. Thank you, and goodbye.